Hi, everybody. I'm Derek, and this is the Unsa Risa podcast. Welcome to my world of fitness. I'm passionate about helping what matters most, you, to achieve your fitness and nutrition goals to maintain a healthier lifestyle so you can enjoy more time with loved ones and friends and just have fun enjoying life. So let's embark on your journey to the best version of you. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Unsa Risa podcast. In this week's episode, we are going to talk about having a fitness plan versus not having a fitness plan and the different benefits, both physically and mentally, you have when you have a plan versus just winging it. But first, before we get into that, I have a product that I wanted to talk to you about that I was recommended to by a gentleman named Michael that works at High Powered Nutrition. And that is VMI Sports Proto-Lite Electrolyte and Enzymes 100% whey isolate protein. This stuff is literally the best protein I have ever had. It's low calorie. It averages the different flavors. They average either between 22 or 25 grams of protein. So far, I've tried the Lucky Charms, Snickerdoodle, and the peanut butter cookies and creams flavor, which I'm on right now. And I will tell you what, with protein, a lot of people think about the does it mix well? I would say mix wise, I would say it mixes probably like a 9 out of 10. Is it smooth when you drink it, or is it chunky? I would say if you shake it up in a shaker bottle and maybe let it sit for 30 seconds or so, it's very smooth. So I'd say it's a 9. The taste wise, I would say it's a 10. You can bake with it and the stuff tastes really, really good. I've made pancakes with it so far. And the thing is, it has 10.5 grams, 10.5 grams of EAAs. It has 4 grams of glutamine, 1 gram of fat, and it just overall, like a lot of times with protein, I think people get that upsets their stomach, or, they just end up feeling really just overly full from having a protein shake. And with this stuff, with the digestive enzymes that it has, it digests really, really fast. You don't feel that heaviness, or just like that, just heaviness in your stomach. And also too, it doesn't upset your stomach. I haven't had a single flavor out of the 3 that I've tried upset my stomach, and they've worked amazing for me. I highly recommend this stuff. And so where do you get it? If you're from Tomah, Wisconsin, I highly recommend talking to a gentleman named Michael that owns High Powered Nutrition. It sits inside the Fitness Connection, and I recommend the gym and his nutrition shop both. And definitely, if you have any nutritional needs and you're in the Tomah area, definitely check him out. He's got some really great stuff, and he will definitely point you in the right direction of really good products that are going to help you reach your goals. And so if you don't live near or in Tomah, Wisconsin, you can go to the VMI Sports website and check out the products that they have on there. They've got, intra-workouts, pre-workouts, post-workouts. They've got a plant-based protein, and then they have, other supplements in there as well too. Highly, highly, highly recommend them. I will tell you that I'm definitely checking out more of the products they carry because I'm just so impressed with this protein of theirs. So that would be my little product recommendation there for this week. So let's get into our podcast topic that we're going to be talking about today, and that is having a fitness plan versus not. So when you have a fitness plan, you're going to have more structure and organization. You're going to be able to better goal set. There's going to be more efficiency. There's going to be more consistency. You're going to be able to have that, that tangible progress by seeing it in your weekly tracking that you're doing. And you're going to be able to stay more motivated because you're going to be able to look at, how did I do last week? And I'm going to, today's leg day again. I'm going to crush my leg day. I'm going to do better on X amount of exercises. And you're going to be able to see that continuous progress in that gaining of strength, which is only going to help motivate you more to keep that consistency in your plan. So, when you think about like the, having a plan, and just the organization, the structure that gives you. So think about this. So let's say it's Monday, you walk into the gym and you have your plan, and you know that on Monday you're going to hit chest, right? And the muscle groups, that you're going to hit in that chest workout, and you have it set up, you mentally, you're going into it, you know what you got to do, you know what you got to execute, and you can make a plan for what, weights you want to hit for the certain reps or the sets that you have. And like, let's say that looks like without a plan. So let's say that Monday, you come in and you say, I walk into the gym, and you're like, I'm going to hit chest today, and I'm going to do this, this, and this. And, this would be the thing that I would call out, or I would challenge people on that don't have a plan, is if you have a plan, and let's say that chest or legs or whatever area you're focused on trying to maximize or grow or get better at, or maximize your lifts, or whatever that looks like, whatever goal you have for that muscle group that you really want to improve. If you have a plan and you have the not only the compound lifts, but you have the accessory lifts to go with increasing the strength in that area. If you have a plan, you already know what those are going to be, and you're already knowing what you have to execute. Versus if you don't have a plan, you're coming in and you're, taking a shot at the dark of what you're doing. And, I guess I'm not trying to be rude when I say this, but, I really challenge the fact that you are going to be able to make the most out of that workout, because I don't think you'll be able to maximize your time. You're not really going to have any goals going into it. You're not going to be efficient, because you're going to be, after you get done doing your first exercise, what's your next one? And after that one, what's your next one? Let's say that, week over week, let's even go into that. Let's go into that part of it. So if Monday I do chest every Monday, I know that every Monday that is where my goals are. That is where the muscle groups I'm hitting, the accessory lifts I'm hitting for that muscle to improve it. And I consistently am hitting that muscle group that day for those X amount of weeks of that program. And you already know what you're doing. So you can already plan the goals that you want to set prior to that workout, making it more efficient. And also too, you're going to be more motivated because, hey man, next Monday, I did, 135 for 20 reps. And, next week I'm going to do 135 for 22 reps, and you can have that motivation there, that drive, because you can actually like plan for what improvement you want to have. And so that's where, definitely having a plan versus a plan, I definitely see the differences there. And I hope you can as well too. And the thing is, like I get it, there are some people, they can operate that way. Me, with the life that I have and the chaos of life, whether it be good or bad, obviously we get busy. There's a lot going on. Life moves really fast. And if you have a plan, throughout your week, you are maximizing your efficiency because your workouts are targeting the areas that you want to hit and the things that you want to and the goals that you want to achieve versus if you are you're trying to grow your chest or get a heavier bench, and what you did on Monday. Well, by the time you know what your accessory lifts are, by the time you get to the next week, do you know what accessory lifts you did throughout the week? Do you remember those the week prior? Did you, when you thought about it, you're like, oh shoot, Monday I actually did this exercise instead of that exercise, which, switching it up isn't a bad thing. But the thing is, if you're not tracking that, how do you know that you're improving in strength based on just what your base numbers are for that one lift? And the thing is, I don't feel like you're going to see the consistent results that you want to see. I feel like there's going to be inconsistency there because you're not honing in on what you're doing. You're too busy thinking about what you're doing versus doing it. And I've had that conversation with a lot of people. There is a difference between thinking about a lift and doing a lift. And when you're thinking about it, you are not going to be able to maximize the potential that you can do in that lift because you're too in your head thinking about what you're doing versus just doing it. And that can really, really deter people, and it can minimize your results. And obviously, we got a lot of stuff going on, in our lives. So we have to be able to maximize the time we're in the gym because I get it. A lot of people, throughout their life, like me, people probably think, well, Derek just has a cot in the back and he lives in the gym. And yeah, you're probably right. I probably do. But the thing is, I realize that most people, they don't have hours upon hours to dedicate into the gym. They have a certain time frame set. There are people that tell me in programs that I've wrote, hey, I have 45 minutes to an hour, and I can't go over that because I have X amount of things to do in my day after that. And this is the time that I have committed to making sure that, I get my workouts in. And the thing is, if you're in that spot and you don't have a plan, let's say that, you have a half an hour to work out, right? And yeah, I get it. It's a half an hour. There's people that question, can you get a effective workout in a half an hour? And I definitely believe you can. But the thing is, you have to have a plan to be able to get an effective workout in 30 minutes. If you just walk into a gym and you're like, okay, I'm going to do legs. I'm going to do back squats. I'm going to do front squats. I'm going to do leg extensions, and I'm going to do lunges. And let's say that you're doing a quad leg day and that's what you do. And the thing is, as you're putting that together, the time that it takes to put that together, that's taking away from your workout. And that's going to shorten the time frame that you have, which is going to make you less efficient. So you walked in the gym saying I could work out for a half an hour, and you were only able to work out for maybe 15, 20 minutes because you spent 10 to 15 minutes trying to figure out what you were going to do, what weights you were going to do, what sets you were going to do. It's just there's a lot that goes into working out and training. There is, and you have to keep that in mind when you have goals that you want to achieve, whether that's gaining muscle, that's, maxing out on your deadlift or getting a better max at your deadlift or your bench or your squat, if you're trying to lose fat, whatever goal you have, if you're not maximizing the time that you're in the gym, you're not maximizing the progress that you're making towards that goal. And just not having a plan, you're going to have just a lack of direction, which is going to lead to that inconsistency. And potentially, it could lead to plateaus in your progress because you're not watching, progressive overload. you're not tracking, what weight you did the week prior. You're not keeping track of the accessory lifts that you're using to maximize the weaknesses that you may have on the lifts that you want to improve in, and it's, you honestly, if you're not having a plan, you could be overtraining or undertraining, a certain muscle group or muscle groups as well too. And, you're just going to have a difficult time in setting goals if you don't have a plan. So just really, really make sure, and realize, is your inconsistency in fitness because you don't have a plan? Or is it because you don't have a plan? And I can guarantee a lot of people, I would say, that their inconsistency comes from, and I'm just going to give you a real life scenario here. Let's say that you had a consistent workout plan that you followed, and every Wednesday is a leg day. And every Wednesday, you know what the plan is, you know what you're doing, you know your workout's 45 minutes. Let's say that somebody calls you up and says, hey, this actually happened to me today. I walked into a gas station where I have a couple friends that I play volleyball with, and they were like, hey, we need a guy for volleyball tonight. Hey, can you go and play volleyball? And I was like, yep, sure can, no problem. And obviously for me, I love playing volleyball. Now, if I didn't have a plan in place with my routine of working out or training, let's say that I get told that, or let's just say, we'll just not use that example. Let's use this. So if you get on a Wednesday after work, your plan is to go in and do your workout right after work. And let's say you get a phone call or a text message 2 hours before you get done with work. Hey, you know what? Hey, how about, tonight I'd really like to go out to this restaurant, and I just, we haven't went out to eat in a long time. I'd really like to go out and do that tonight. Now, if you know that your workout is 45 minutes and that you can get that done, and let's say you set a time to go out to dinner at 7 o'clock, and hey, I get done with work at 5, it takes me 15 minutes to get to the gym. I get to the gym, I can get my workout done. I know what I'm doing. I've already looked at it. I can have my workout done by 6 o'clock. I can go home, get ready and, go out for my dinner date or whatever that looks like at 7 o'clock. Instead of, if you don't have a plan, somebody says that and you're like, oh man, I've, every Wednesday is my leg day, but, I really want to go out and I haven't went out with this friend, or I haven't gone out with my significant other in a long time, and I really want to do this. They want to do this, and I don't want to let them down. I'm just going to have to push the leg day to tomorrow. And then you're already inconveniencing your training plan because you don't have a plan. And then that's going to push your workouts out, which in turn, if you're not doing that leg day on the days when you said you're going to, when you do your next leg day, are you going to be ready enough? If you're doing multiple leg days in a week, that could hurt if the quad workout I was talking about, that could impact your glutes and hams day workout or training day. And you may not have enough rest time in between there, and you could potentially overwork a muscle. So can you kind of draw the lines of seeing where a plan, it can have, other than just in your training plan, it can draw some inconvenience in your actual personal life too. So definitely having a plan is going to be able to help you stick to your fitness plan, and it will also help you stick to your life, and things that you want to do outside of life and enjoying life, because obviously we only get one life. You need to enjoy it. And, obviously proper fitness and nutrition is a big part of that, because that's only going to increase your chances of having a longer life that you can enjoy with your family and loved ones. And, honestly, that's why we do it. I think that's why like 99% of people probably work out. It is for that reason. Obviously, there are other reasons, but deep down, I think that's the reason why we do it, is because we want to be able to enjoy a longer life. We don't want to be stuck in a hospital bed when we're older. We want to be able to enjoy our lives and enjoy adventures and do things when we're older, with our spouse, with our friends, with our kids, with our pets, whatever that looks like. So, it's just having a plan just is so key to being able to maintain a consistent lifestyle with fitness and nutrition in it. And the thing is too, if you want to talk about nutrition from a fitness standpoint, think about it like this. If, I can tell you this, I eat differently on a leg day versus an upper body day, 100%. If you have ever went into a leg day and not had the nutrients or nutrition that you should and the hydration that you should, it is a soul crushing workout. Like, it can literally crush your soul. I have had my soul crushed because of not paying attention to my nutrition for certain days, or having an inconsistent plan and not paying attention to the timing of when I was eating for the certain workouts that I was doing. And it definitely impacted my results. And it can, you think about it, if you don't have a plan, and let's say that, you're for 4 weeks, you did squats, and you progressively went up every week in your weight for the same amount of reps. And let's say you go to your next 4-week program, and let's say that scenario we just talked about, you weren't able to train legs Wednesday because you had the thing going on with the friend or the spouse or whatever that looks like. And so you decide to do legs on Thursday. And on Thursday, the meal prep that you had ran out, and, you weren't able to get the same nutrients or the same nutrition that you normally do. And you go to do your workout, and all of a sudden, the same weight that you did week 4, you try to go up, 5 pounds, and you're not able to hit the amount of reps that you thought you should have. Think about how that can demotivate you, and think about how that can really deter someone, because it can. And that happens to people. Because if you don't have a plan and you do that, you may not think, oh my gosh, it's because my nutrition on Wednesday, I usually do this, and I normally don't do this on Thursday, because Thursday is back day, whatever that looks like. So just really think about how that your nutrition also plays in a factor into that. And the thing is, if you're not tracking your nutrition, then you're not tracking when you're working out, and you come back to do an exercise and you're not able to hit the reps for the weight that you think you should. I mean, it can really deter people, and I have seen it deter people, and it's such a negative thing. So, think about that. Having a plan is, in a way, it's helping you to achieve more and do more and be more consistent. And it stops that lack of, well, why couldn't I do this? Why? Because you already have the answer if you have a plan versus not having a plan. You can look down into your planning and see, hey, because I did my workout on a different day and my nutrition wasn't the same, I had 400 calories less than I did the last time I did this workout. You know what? I felt like I didn't have the energy. I felt tired. The weight felt really heavy. That's probably why. So just really make sure that you really focus on having a plan. Like think about it like this. If a person comes to me and they say, Derek, you know what? I want a Unsa Risa training program. And I have questionnaires that people can fill out. And there's a reason why I have those questionnaires. There's a reason why I ask those questions for their training plan and for their macro and calorie goals, because that information helps me to be able to help people be more efficient, to maximize their results, maintain long-term consistency, and to also motivate themselves and feel the wins and the achievements, those little wins and those little achievements that help keep motivating people to want to be consistent. Because, if somebody comes to me and says, hey, Derek, I want a half an hour workout and I want it 3 days a week, and that's what I can do right now, and that's what I want, I'm going to write you a program that is going to make sure that you get the results that you want in the time frame, in the days that you want to train. Now, obviously, the more days you train, the faster you're going to see results. But, obviously, you've got to figure in with what time you can do, and that, and that's what's going to help you stay consistent. And the thing is, just because you start out 3 days doesn't mean you can't go to more as time goes on. But, making sure that those questions are answered and I use those to build the programs helps me do those things for people, because I want people to achieve results. I don't want to waste your time. The time and effort that people put into the gym and they want to put into themselves and the goals that they have, I do not want to have somebody be like, you know what, Derek, your program wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't the right amount of time. I could never get the workout in. I was always felt like I was stressed out because I didn't know what to do. I don't want that to happen to people. I don't want to do anything that's going to negatively impact your fitness journey. So this would be, in conclusion, what I have to say is sit down, make a plan for your nutrition and your training. And if you don't know how to do that, find a trainer at the gym that you work at and have them help you with it, or reach out to me on my socials and I will definitely help put a program together for you. Obviously helping you be the best version of yourself is what it's all about for me, because you know what? I've lost people because of chronic illnesses. I've watched people struggle. I've saw people with tears in their eyes because they aren't happy with where they're at or how they look when they look in a mirror. I've been there myself. And I can tell you, when you start getting those little wins and you achieve those goals that you have in health and fitness, and you start feeling better, not only physically, but mentally, man, I'm telling you, it is a game changer for yourself and anybody in your life. Not only does it, to me, has it made me, and will it make you a better person? You'll have more mental clarity. You'll be more focused. You will be the best version of yourself. And you know what? Everybody around you is going to enjoy that, and especially you. And you're going to be able to look in the mirror and be proud of what you see. And I'm telling you, it's one of the most amazing feelings in the world. And it's why I do what I do. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to get too much off topic, but in conclusion, really, really make sure that you have a plan and you're not winging it. So then that way you can be more effective, more efficient, and you can have a more structured approach, and for a structured approach to maximizing your results and maintaining that long-term consistency. So then that way you can be the best version of you for the longest time possible. That is all I got for today. I appreciate your guys' time. Peace. Hello again. I wanted to say thank you very much for tuning into this week's Unzerreise podcast and listening to what I have to say about fitness and nutrition. And I just wanted to let you know where you can find me on social media. So on Facebook, you can find me at Derek Schultz or the Unzerreise Facebook page. On Instagram and Threads, you can find me at dschultz083. On TikTok, you can find me at Unzerreise83. And on YouTube, you can find me at Unzerreise3. So those would be the areas that you can find me if you have a question that you want to reach out to me about, or if you are interested in an Unzerreise training program. I mean, obviously, I would love to help you out on your journey and help you achieve what you once thought impossible and to see you be the best version of yourself. So until next Monday and the next Unzerreise podcast, I will talk to you then. Peace.